Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kyle Kenrick, and here we've had this camera for like around a month now, the a6400 from Sony, and I'm just gonna talk and see if I like it still. Now before we get started, in this channel you'll find anything and everything filmmaking. So if that content helps you out, please smash that like button for this video and also sub because we are almost at 100. Unless I'm already at 100, then I have to post 2 videos in one day because I'm gonna do a video for that soon. But almost at 100 subs, so let's grow this community out. Let's get to know each other more. So to do that, we need some more subs, and also we need some more Instagram and Twitter followers. So I'm gonna be more active in getting to know you guys on those platforms and posting more photos, posting more posts. So go ahead and follow me on those. Both of those are probably most likely Kyle Kenrick. It's gonna be up here's or here's. I'm such a weird person. I'm sorry about that. But let's go ahead and get started because this is the boring bit of the video so that you can actually skip. So like I said, I've had this camera for a little bit over a month now. Do I love it? Do I hate it? Let's talk about that and see if it holds up over time for what I bought it for. So I bought this for my type of content creation. My type of content creation is either vlogs, product reviews, or some narratives here and there. So when I bought this, I had a couple requirements, actually 8 requirements that I wanted from this camera alone. So I'm gonna list these little requirements depending on how important they are, from the least to the most. And like I said, there's gonna be 8 of them. So first up is the Flippy Screen. And yes, a lot of people say they don't like the Flippy Screen for this camera. I personally love it because I don't ever really look into it, because if I look into it, it's gonna look like this and I'm just gonna be talking to that, and that's good and all, but you gotta look at the lens if you're doing any type of content creation like this, and I'm used to that a lot more. All I need that for up there is to help me get the shot, get the lighting right so that I know what to do. So personally, I don't really need it to be in the side or any sub type of location, especially since I bought a cage. If you go into my last video where I show a vlogging kit, I have a cage where the mic goes on the side on, on the right, sorry about that, on the right of the camera, so it doesn't actually block the Flippy Screen. And that was a $30 fix. So next up is a very big upgrade to the a6000 that I had previously for this camera, is an audio jack. And the reason why I put this low in the list is because I don't vlog as much anymore. I used to vlog a lot, and I have a separate camera and a recorder for this type of content creation and also for short films. So I don't really need a audio jack as much, but this one does have one. It does not have a headphone input, but it has an audio jack for a mic. So if I do end up vlogging, if I ever go on adventures or anything like that, I could actually use the mic I had before. Third on our list is gonna be really awkward because a lot of people put this high up in their list or low on their list, and that's 4K. And I get that everyone's transferring into 4K, but if you don't have a video editing laptop or computer that can handle 4K, it's gonna take a long time. One of my videos took around 6 hours just to export, just because my CPU wasn't upgraded. So I'm getting a new laptop very soon so that I can actually maintain these videos that I want to make in 4K. So for now, it's gonna be rated a little bit lower because I haven't gotten the full extent of being able to edit as fluid as I would be in 1080p. And I know I probably should be recording in 1080p right now, but I really want to maintain the 4K footage that I've been doing in these past few weeks. So next up is the color science. And if you know me, you know that I absolutely love beautiful color grades, and I love color grading. It's probably my favorite part about editing in general. And I want to eventually sell LUTs in the website. I'm not sure which website just yet, but I don't know why I said we, because it's just me, but I'm working on that. And what I love about this new color science, because they changed the color science of the Sony cameras, is it's not the old one. The old one was absolutely, in my opinion, horrendous, and I can fix those in post. But this is so much easier to use, and it's so much more natural, in my opinion. especially with the profile that I use right now, the HGL, no, HLG, no, yeah, yes, 3, and I use Cody Blue's little format. I'll put him down below, and I'll have like a little subscribe link to him somewhere. But he is one of my favorite content creators, very under like a mil, and I feel like he deserves a lot more subscribers. So go subscribe to him. Love that man. But they did change the color science because of the new processor, and it is great and beautiful. Yeah, that's all I have to say for that one. This is gonna be a weird one that's above 4K and it's above color science, even though I love color grading, and that is how mobile it is. And as light as Sony cameras are, this is a little bit heavier with the cage, but it's still very light and mobile. I love bringing this around anywhere. I bring it around work, anywhere, unless I'm going to a shady area of town, unless I'm filming there, of course. But if I go hang out at a shady place in town, I don't bring this because with the cage it looks hella expensive. But it is very mobile and allows me to film whenever I want, get b-roll whenever I want, get random footage whenever I want, get a photo whenever I want. And that's what I need for it the most. 6th one on our list on the height of priority, I'm weird, but is Slowmo. I had the a6000 before this, and that thing could only do 60 frames per second, and 60 frames is good whenever I honestly usually use 60 frames per second, but I want the option to be able to use 120 frames per second. There's always a motorcycle. Oh my god, I thought I left the motorcycle from my last video when it didn't do it, but now there's, sorry, small rant, there's just a motorcycle whenever I record a video, and I don't know why. I record in different times in the day and there's still a motorcycle. People need to stop buying Harleys and get like a Tesla. They should make a Tesla motorcycle. That was off tangent. But Slowmo. So why is Slowmo great? Because you can do creative b-roll with it, like you see with Peter McKinnon and all the other ones. But I wanted more variable ones, and I could go with like the Panasonics where they have severely variable ones, but I honestly could change up the look of my footage in post anyway. So I just need in between 24 to 60 to 120, and it does it great here, especially since there's a dial where you could just put it there instead of going to your settings. It just instantly changes the settings, and you're on your way to create slow-mo footage. I mean, you could still change it if you'd like, if you'd rather get that look, but the fact that it already has it in slow motion when it's already in the SD card, and then you could put it in your editing program instantly without having to do anything is very convenient, especially when you can't edit in 4K as fast as you should be able to. Now we're gonna step back into the whole me loving color science and color grading and color theory and all that stuff. And what that means is I need a good dynamic range in the camera. And this isn't like as good as the A7S II or A7 III, of course, because those are beautifully full frame cameras and those are always gonna be better in dynamic range and low light. But this is a great upgrade to my a6000 I had. That was terrible in low light. It had these weird fuzzy little gummy worm looking things while I edited, and it was terrible. I hated the look of that. So I really have been wanting to upgrade this camera to the a6400, but what's stopping me was the flippy screen, was the fact that it had a bad color science still. The battery was like still terrible. Like I'm recording right now and I'm looking at it and it's at 100 still. 100. Usually after like 15-30 minutes you're already down to half your battery, and this is why I love this camera. And lastly, for our 8th and most important one is autofocus. And I get it, as a cinematographer or as a filmmaker in general, they're like manual. Why aren't you doing manual? You're a fucking sinner. You're going to hell if you don't use manual. No, I personally think that in content creation, especially in vlog formats like this, or vlog formats in general, you should use autofocus. And the fact that this can find out where my eye is, especially since I'm Asian, these Asian little tiny eyes, okay, that's a bit racist, but the fact that it can find these things allows me to not be overly obsessed on, is my autofocus doing alright, is my autofocus doing okay, or buying a Canon that's not up to par with this camera, because honestly they're not doing that well with their mirrorless bodies. And it can still track me whenever I go, like, woo! That's crazy. And then you could even do this and it still autofocuses to your face. How cool is that? So this is probably the biggest and most like satisfying thing that I've gotten from this camera, because it's the best thing that I've had with this camera. And that's all the requirements I had. And like I said, all of these things are living up this month. Like, the autofocus, in my opinion, has improved than what I've seen in videos. The color science I've been color grading is still beautiful. The way that I can just bring it anywhere is just so accessible. Well, there's no more that I could say to this, so I'm just gonna end it there. And so for the question of the day, did you buy the Sony a6400 and are you returning it? Do you regret it? Or do you love it like I do? And I know I'll sound like a broken record, but if you like this video, if this helped you out, please smash that like button. Also subscribe, because again, we are almost at 100, baby. 100 sticks. Wait, 100 sticks. No, that's $100. But that's from How I Met Your Mother. Love that show. Want to watch that eventually with a couple people, like live stream or something like that. That'd be hella fun. But like I said, subscribe. Let's get myself to 100 and go bigger and better after a year from this. And you'll see that in the next video, most likely once I hit 100 subs. Also, the vlogging kit I mentioned earlier is gonna be linked down below, including the studio setup that you're watching me from right now. It's gonna be at no cost to you if you buy anything from there. It's just gonna help out grow the channel so I can create more videos for you guys. And lastly, links to my social media, like my Instagram, Twitter, is gonna be down below. Please follow and let's just get closer there. And of course, dream on.